Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Lauver, and today I am teaching a reading lesson for Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. And I have our learning target and our success criteria here for this morning. And our learning target says, I can tell the main idea of what I read and give supporting details. So we are going to find what the story is about and get examples from the story to support our answer. And then our success criteria this morning says, I am successful when I can decide what the story is mostly about and use details from the text to support the main idea. So again, reading a nonfiction text, and we're going to find what the story is mostly about and then get examples from the book to support our answer. All right, guys, and I'm going to show you today how to find the main idea using this strategy, which is notice what repeats. And these are some steps or things to think about when you're trying to find things that repeat. So the first thing is you pay attention to the word or words that repeats. Look for things that are the same over and over again within the words. Then you're going to think, does this word tell me what the book is mostly about? So once you find what repeats, think about that. Keep that in your mind because that might be the main idea. And it could be the main idea or the main topic, depending on what level book you're reading. And I also have some prompts, some questions and directions that could possibly help you when you're trying to find things that repeat. So the first one is a question that you can ask yourself. What repeats on each page? What word do I see over and over again? The second thing that you could ask yourself are pictures repeated? You could use the pictures in your story to help you. So if you have the same picture or the same topic of a picture over and over again, then it's probably likely that might be something important. That might be what your book is mostly about. You can also think and share what the book is mostly about. Whenever I am finding out the main idea for a book or a passage, I like to share it with somebody next to me. Whether it's my stuffed animal or my boyfriend or even just saying it out loud to myself, it helps me remember what I think the book is about. The last thing that you could do is point to things that are the same. So actually going in the book and pointing to the pictures and pointing to the words that are identical. I have a teacher book here that I will show you one example, and then I'll move on to an actual book. So this is Miss Lauver's teaching book, and so I have one picture that's in this book, and it actually shows you, well, the first thing that I'm going to do is pay attention to words that repeat. Well, you see these little post-it notes here, they're pointing to things that are repeated. So I see that the word ostrich is pointed to here, and the word nest is pointed to here, and the word nest is here twice on this page. And then on this side, I have the word ostrich again, and I also have the word nest. All right, and then I'm also going to notice my pictures. Both of my pictures have ostriches and their nest filled with eggs. So now I'm going to think about, what do I think this page is mostly going to be about? Well, given that they have the same picture and the same words repeated on both sides, I'm going to say I think this book or this page is mostly about ostriches and their nest. All right. So that was one example, and I'm going to move on to another example from another nonfiction book. All right, so here is the page that I'm going to be sharing with you all today. Give you a closer look at it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the page out loud. And as I'm reading it, I'm going to think about things that are repeating. Drip, drop, down comes the rain. Water droplets and clouds sometimes fall as rain. Rain falls in warm and cool weather. Rain helps plants and animals live. It fills rivers and ponds. Rain forms puddles on sidewalks. Splash. All right, so after I read this page, I'm going to think about what repeats on this page. Well, I definitely remember hearing one word multiple times. I remember hearing the word rain. So let's see, we have the word rain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times. So that is a very important word if I heard it 5 times on just one page. I'm looking and I don't see any other word that repeated over and over again. So after I find the word that repeats, I'm going to look at my picture. Well, I only have one picture on this page, but the picture is kind of important too. If you look very closely at it, there is a picture of a frog and it has water droplets coming down, and it looks like he's covering himself with a leaf. So that kind of ties into what this page over here is talking about with rain. So now I'm going to think about what I think the story is going to be about. So I'm going to say that I think that this page of the story is going to be talking about rain. And also my example, I think that this page is mostly about rain. And I'm going to use details from this page to explain why I think that. I think this page is mostly about rain because it mentions the word rain 5 times. My picture goes along with rain, but also in the text, it says that water droplets and clouds sometimes fall as rain. So it's talking about what falls from the sky and how it falls from the sky. So I think that this is mostly about rain. All right, guys, so I hope this was helpful for you all this morning with noticing things that repeat to find the main idea. All right, guys, so for your work today, you're going to read a passage that's called Celebrate National Nutrition Month. And I want you to find the main idea of that passage using this strategy. All right, so remember, you're going to pay attention to word or words that repeat. You're going to think to yourself, does this word tell me what the book is mostly about? Because that's going to be your main idea or main topic. And remember your prompts that you can use, your questions and directions that you can use to help yourself. What repeats on each page? What word do you see over and over again? Are there any pictures? Do the pictures repeat? You're going to think and share what you think the book is mostly about. Remember, you can say it out loud to yourself, or you can share it with a stuffed animal or even a person. And then you're going to point to the things. Actually point inside your passage to things that repeat, because that really helps a lot. All right, guys, I hope this helped you this morning with trying to figure out the main ideas. Bye.